welcome to our latest edition of Big Game Players with myself, Supa, and my co-host, Banjo.
Hello everyone, Supa, how you doing?
Banjo, how have we been?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Good?
Um, yeah, it's not been long since I last saw you.
How's the week been?
It's just started.
Well, how's the last week been?
Yeah, it was good. It was all right. Yeah, it was good end to the week. Busy weekend. Um, we got together, didn't we? Like yesterday,
Yeah.
and we were
We'll,
doing
we'll,
our
we'll, we'll we'll discuss later about
yeah,
our dream team, and we'll,
yeah.
we'll we'll put it out to the audience as well. Who's got the better team? Who's most likely to succeed
Mm,
this season? Obviously, we'll explain to our viewers later about how we do it, and our listeners. So, firstly,
yeah.
let's talk Liverpool yesterday.
Why not Palace?
Sorry?
They why not Palace? They won.
Well, Palace, they won. I mean, it's a glorified friendly, obviously.
Yeah, you say that, but for Palace and their fans, I think it's a little bit more than that. I mean, they don't get many trips to Wembley. Obviously, for Liverpool as well. Yeah, listen, you'd like to win, but it's not the end of the world. But for Palace, now they'll be buzzing from that. 2 trips to Wembley, 2 wins. Okay, this is the lesser game, but no, it's a feel good. They listen. The lot of positivity there in South London.
We were trialing our team. We weren't,
Mm,
we Curtis Jones in the
yeah,
seat just there. I'm not. Yeah, look, I've said last week we've signed players this season. We've spent some money, and I think people are shocked. We haven't spent what people think at the moment. With Isaac, that could change, obviously, but we haven't spent what people think we have spent.
what are you talking about? If you
But
add it all up, you've spent a bundle.
yeah, we've also brought a bundle in.
Yeah, that's different. But you spent a
So,
bundle. Yeah,
I think people are saying Liverpool have spent because Liverpool haven't done this before. But I still think there's an imbalance to that squad.
yeah, you've been saying.
I still think there's an imbalance there. We do need another centre back in.
Yeah.
Interesting, Mark Gay is the one that is linked.
Mm,
There's definitely room possibly for more backup. The reality is we had six forwards last season,
yeah.
albeit Chiesa was a sixth. But we've only got four right now.
Chiesa's still there.
Chiesa's still there and he's a
There you
fourth.
go. You got five. Oh,
He's
he's the
got
fourth. Oh,
he's the
wow.
fourth.
Going back to the imbalance of the squad, Slot was asked yesterday actually about that. And I think it was Steve McManaman, who asked him the question. He said, any more signings coming in? And I'm not talking about in forward positions. So, in other words, I'm not really talking about Isaac here. And Slot's reply was, I'm happy with my squad. That's what they all say. But if something did become available that would interest us, we'd get involved, basically. So,
We were very vulnerable to the counter attack yesterday. Um,
but they're very, very strong
and
at that.
they, they,
That
they
that is their
spring
game.
well.
Oh,
Munoz, the
yeah.
right wing back,
Ah,
the right
yeah,
back.
brilliant. But it's not just him. It's Sarr as well, Mateta. That's how they picked City off in the cup final.
Yeah.
City had all the possession and then bang bang. That's their strength. Really, really good. It's actually quite exciting to watch as well.
Glorified friendly will be back. Bournemouth, the real business starts on Friday. So
Mm.
yeah, we'll see where that one goes. Okay, so we've covered that off. But yeah, there's still a few incomings at Liverpool potentially. Let's talk Grealish.
Yeah. What do you make of this? Apparently, it's all been agreed. Grealish is off to Everton.
Yeah,
What What are your views with this transfer?
a year too late. Grealish has obviously been at.
Really?
He's been.
See,
He hasn't really set the world alight. He had one good season, I think. It might have even been the season where they won the Champions League. Well, when I say good season, by what I
mm,
expect from Jack Grealish, player of all the talent. So,
yeah, but
so and over time, you just waste away, and I think
yeah,
he's wasted away to a degree.
I agree with that. My
And
view
now,
is,
will he ever
yeah,
recover it?
yeah. Well, this is the thing. My view, he was a maverick at Villa. He was a maverick. Everything went through him, and he kind of played a little bit off the cuff, and he was the talisman there. Went to Man City. Pep has a very, very specific way of playing. You have to conform to that. And he almost it took that spontaneity away from him, which is really, really good. I listen, can't say it was a bad move for him. He went there, he won the treble. Did really, their memories and trophies that you cannot just dismiss. But in terms of him progressing as a player individually, I'm not sure it's the best move. I don't think that was a good fit. And going talking about this Everton move, yeah, he needs to move. He needs to go somewhere.
Well, the good news is Everton, he can be
But
the main man.
yeah, but I don't think it's a good fit. I just don't think it. I've never known David Moyes to sign that type of player. I'm not sure how David Moyes will use him. I'm not sure if it's a good fit for him.
I think David Moyes likes a man in the hole, generally. I think he plays his
Yeah,
4-2. He plays
but
that 4-2-3-1 quite a lot, and that's
yeah, but
what.
I think you have to indulge. You have to indulge Grealish quite a bit. Moyes is a bit. Let's be honest.
But
He's
he's got
done
the
well.
workhorses behind. He's got Idris Gay in there. He's got Decore. He's got people.
Yeah, I
He's
guess
got people that can do work there.
I guess it's watch this space, but I've never known him to buy a player like that where he's going to make some concessions in how his
I
team
think
will play. I'm not sure.
Tyler
I'm not
Dibbing.
sure. I'm not sure if it's going to work.
What about Tyler Dibbing?
He's a good player.
Also linked
Mm,
with going there.
mm. Maybe he wants to move it on. He made them like he came in. He made them pretty solid, Everton, and
Yeah,
then maybe he just wants to take them the next level. Listen, they're moving into. I think it's exciting times for Everton as well. Not so much on the pitch. It's not as bad as it was. It's a bit more settled now, but the new stadium that's going to be good. That's going to be that must have excited Grealish a little bit going into the team, moving into the new stadium. Bit of a feel good factor, but it just doesn't feel right for me. I
yeah.
could be wrong, but it just doesn't feel like a good
Well, you
fit.
quite often are. Uh, quite often are. But okay. Uh, what was it?
What?
Right, it. Gokeres will be at United. What was it? Write it. Sign. Mark my words. Gokeres will be a United player. I seem to recall that in one of our.
Well, yeah. Well, listen, well. I assumed Sesko was going to Arsenal. That was their number one target. I'm being told, but Arteta told me they're the best team in Europe. So I thought if they're the best team in Europe and they want a player, they'll be
Last
going there. So I assumed that we'll be getting the next one. But
lines
they
out
seemed
well.
they seemed to not be able to um, get Sesko. They ended up getting Gokeres, and we pulled it off and got Arsenal's
Yeah.
number one target. There's no two ways about it.
You've, like I said, you've been wrong a few times, and that was the
Yeah,
start.
well, at the
But
moment you're still wrong with the
while we're
exact.
talking about best in Europe,
Yeah, yeah,
Donnarumma,
yeah.
what's
News
what's going on
today.
there?
Apparently, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand. He's just he's part of a great side. He's won the Champions League. He's performed brilliantly. Do they want him out? Does he want to go? I don't get what's going on here. And apparently he's going for 26 million or free next year.
Well, one thing we said we're going to do this week, let's not finish that convo just yet. One thing we said we're going to do this week is we were going to get a guest on. So we've got a good friend of ours, Peter, coming on, Spurs fan.
Yeah.
Let's maybe see what he thinks what's gone on with Donnarumma. And more to the point, I wanted to get the inside view of a Spurs fan. So I think
Well, he'll be pleased because they're due to play
he's just joining us now.
PSG on Wednesday. Yeah, well, we'll ask him. He's not playing on Wednesday. There he is.
Here we
Peter,
are,
how are you
boys.
doing?
I'm good.
How you doing, Peter?
I'm
Nice
very
to see
good. Well, long time no see, eh?
you. Yeah, just a few hours, mate.
Peter, we were just talking about actually before bringing you on board. We were just speaking about, and so we want to welcome Peter, a good friend of ours. Like I said,
Yeah.
Spurs fan. So we want to hear the inside view of a Spurs fan. But we were just discussing Donnarumma and what might have gone on there.
Yeah, yeah. That's big news.
Why
Big
is he?
news.
What's gone
Best,
on? What do you think?
best keeper in the world, and
Well,
Won the best
wait,
clubs in the world.
one minute,
Oh, here we go.
Oh,
Oh,
here we
right.
go
one
again.
minute,
Here
one
we
minute.
go.
Let's not make some frivolous throwaway,
Of course.
If Liverpool sign
things
him, then
here.
he'd be the best keeper in the world. I get it.
If
Yeah,
Alisson
exactly.
went around, absolutely, he'd be up there.
No, so I mean, that's a strange one. That's a strange one. I know they brought the fella in from Lille, but yeah, they've just won the Champions League with a side that you think could well dominate that competition, or at least
Yeah.
be up there with them for
Yeah.
years to come, and they're going to out the keeper that most people think is let's say top 3 in the world.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
what I'm not understanding is whose decision is it to leave? Do they want him out?
Yeah, they want him out. From what I've heard this evening, they want him out.
They've left him out of the squad.
They've left him out of the squad for tomorrow's thrashing of Spurs, Wednesday night's thrashing of Spurs.
Spurs going to thrash him, yeah?
Well, listen, they might play rush keeper, who knows? But they've left him out. But he has supposedly said that he's only going to leave this summer if he sees it as a worthy project to go to. He's not going to be forced out. And he's apparently on mental money.
Yeah,
so,
but hang on, Peter. Banjo was just getting really excited. He thought he actually thought that he might be on Arna's replacement.
No, honestly, why not?
Why not?
Why not? Well, he's
Yeah,
not going to
why
want to
not?
go and play. He's not going to want to go and play for a team who's not even got European football this year.
He might do if he sees it as a project. If these players going to United, they're all going there. They're decent and top players. They're picking to go to United for whatever
They play
reason.
Harry Maguire and Casemiro.
Listen, they're getting players in. You can see there's a project leading up there. I mean, listen, Bant's aside with Ban, but absolutely 3 really good Premier League players come in to play up top and score the goals that they were missing last year.
Yeah. Talking of Champions League football and needing a goalkeeper, Spurs could have looked at him.
Why?
No, I'm not taking the piss. You're in the Champions League.
What are they going to look at him on the TV?
Look at him, measure him up, and then Levy can bid 20 million for him.
But listen,
Not for
Vicario's
him 100 grand a week.
Banjo's on the wind-up tonight, I think.
Yeah,
Banjo's
I'm going to ask Pete. Are you convinced with Vicario as your number one? Are you convinced?
No, we haven't. Our best goalkeeper was the lad we had on loan at Leyton Orient.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
I can't. I mean, I can't have our goalkeepers at all.
Well, then,
honestly,
listen.
When you see that freeze frame in the Europa League final where Van der Ven made that superb clearance off the line, but when you see that come in and Vicario comes out to punch it, he's got his eyes shut.
Yeah.
Seriously. No, I can't have him.
But this is what I'm saying, Pete. Spurs, Champions League, London, great stadium. Chelsea need. I think Chelsea need a kick as well.
Banjo, he's going to be on some silly money, and you're bringing Spurs into play.
Apparently, he's on silly money, and Chelsea could well be in for him. They could see that as an ideal keeper.
Chelsea, I can see. Spurs, though. Spurs. Donnarumma, Spurs.
What are you taking the piss for?
Listen, you go back when I'll go. Listen, we had some questions, right? And we go back in time, probably before. I mean, I'm a decade older than you guys.
I remember 2 great goalkeepers who played for Spurs.
Forget the keepers, right? Talk about Spurs signings, right? I was 11 when we signed our dealers.
I thought you were saying Dave Mackay.
I remember 78 thinking, oh my God, like he's just won the World Cup and he's coming to us.
Yeah.
Right? And then you move on a bit in time. We won back-to-back FA Cups. That side evolved a little bit and we went on and won the UEFA Cup in 84.
Yeah.
And we were competing with all the big teams.
You were called the checkbook club. You used to spend money.
You move on a bit. Then we got Gascoigne, a superstar in the making. got him from Newcastle, right? Who can we
Waddle.
get from Newcastle now? No
Yeah.
one, right? And then Klinsmann comes in, another World
Exactly.
Cup winner. The buzz with signings like that was mental, right? Now move forward. We bought Solanke for 65 million from Bournemouth. We just bought Kudus, 50 million,
Kudus
55
is a
million
good player, though, Pete.
from
Come
West
on.
Ham. From West Ham. But Super, we're getting players that no one else is bidding for, right? When we go in a position where we try and get a player, i.e. the guy that went to United out of Brentford, right? You know, it's just pie in the sky. And as
You're
someone
a
has said,
smoke screen. Come on, Pete.
it's
You're a
lip
smoke
service.
screen.
Levy's playing lip service to the fans, you know?
Right. So, well, that brings us on. So, one of the questions we had for you tonight. So, we want to see things from a Spurs fan. So, what are you saying? Are you not happy with this window? And I've seen rumours with Savino, right?
Yeah, listen, that'd be a decent would be a decent purchase, right? He looks good for City, and you wonder what's gone on a little bit there with City, but Pep's developed or basically readjusting that side. Grealish is going out. He didn't
We
really get
spoke
a
about
look
that.
last year, right? For one reason, for Sevilla coming in, right? And he's brought Churka in, and what's
Well,
his face?
Marmoush came in January,
Well,
didn't he?
Mamouche as well, but so he's got an abundance of talent there, and maybe they do have to juggle the books a little bit. You know, maybe they do.
I think he'll also. It's a bit of an Alvarez situation as well, where he'd want to go somewhere, be the main man, and so
Yeah,
that.
I mean,
Yeah,
I think for Spurs, I think that would be a good purchase. You know, he's
I
better than
agree.
what we've got. He's better than
I
what
agree.
we've got.
Yeah, I
So,
agree.
you know,
Polina
but
was a good
so let's
signing.
explore that. But if someone else comes in for him, then we ain't going to get him because we ain't going to be offering him mega money, and you know, Levy's going to quibble with City, and this
That's
has drag on. This has drag on for 2 weeks.
this is where it
Did you
hits
get
a
a
brick
loan
wall
over the
for you,
line?
isn't it?
It's only a
Hey?
loan. It's only a loan.
No, they're
Take
not.
2 weeks.
No, it's talking about a buy, isn't it?
Oh,
So
is it? Okay. What
But
about?
this is where Spurs hit a brick wall, isn't it? It's the wages; they just don't pay them.
no,
That's
that's
the
right.
problem.
You know, we can't
Yeah.
entice even if we listen. We talk about Mbembo, and I know me and you had a chat, Ben, about that, and I thought he'd come to Spurs. I thought we'd get him because of the Frank scenario, right?
Mm.
But then it turns out he's been a United fan all his life, so we had no chance anyway. But we were never going to compete with United,
That'll
even
cook
if
'em.
United have toned their wage offering down a notch or two, right?
Still more,
We
isn't
ain't
it?
going to be doing that. It's still going to be more than what we're paying.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Pete, you've got Paulina in. Good signing.
Yeah, on loan. Listen, he was good at Fulham,
Yeah.
but I don't know what he's done at Bayern. They obviously don't fancy him anymore. They want to get rid of him after a season. And a bit worried if a side in the Bundesliga are out in a player, because to me that's an easier league to operate in than the Premiership as a
Well,
player.
I've got a solution for Spurs' problem with paying the wages. I think I've got the solution.
Go on.
Get rid of the dinner ladies. It's worked for other clubs.
Right.
I think the Dylan ladies
Yes.
were overrated, if I'm honest.
It's worked for other clubs. Get rid of any ambassadors for the club.
No, listen, the
Even if
ambassadors
they've been your best ever manager, get rid of them.
ambassadors are brilliant guys.
And
Can't do
last
that.
said, get rid of them, sack the dinner ladies, and voila, you've got money.
Yeah.
On a different note, while we're sort of here, so just a quick one, Peter. Give that window a mark out of 10 so
At the
far.
minute, well, we got what two out of 10. We brought one player in, or
Can't
one
be 2
player
out of 10.
of any note. We purchased Kudus, and we got Polina coming, and we got some Japanese lad that's going to be farmed out somewhere.
So, Pete,
Banjo,
you're obviously going into the season without much, like yourself personally, without much optimism.
Yeah.
What?
So, what are you? Well, okay. So, as the mood changed since you won the Europa League?
Well, to me, and I know
Yeah.
we'll have different opinions. I've definitely got a different opinion to Supa on this, but to me, we had a manager that came in he'd come from an environment where winning is everything, right? And forget what the Scottish League is about and in competitiveness, but the demands on Ange up at Celtic would be immense, right? And he delivered there.
Yeah.
And then he comes to us, different league, get that. And he's not playing, Montrose every week. Every week's a challenge with us. And I think he learned over the time. You move forward, and if Levy had said to him, right, we want you to try and win a trophy, get us back in the Champions League, finish as high as you can up in the league, and he goes and does two of them things, one of which we haven't won a trophy for donkeys.
I think the league position.
Right. Yeah, of course, the league position.
He was naive.
No.
Pete, come on, Ange.
No, but listen, in the January,
he sacrificed it, didn't he?
Yes, in the January, right? He didn't get any players added in, right? We had a number of injuries, right? And he said to the board, well, on that basis, I'm going to just go at the cups.
Yeah.
And the board was mixed. Some of them didn't like that, but he stuck to his guns. And you see the teams he was putting out in the league. He wrote the league off.
He sacrificed
that, put all his eggs in the Europa League basket, and it come up trumps. And the fans that went had a fantastic experience, right?
Yeah.
The final itself, I mean, I watched it at home. It was once we'd scored, unbelievably, he's decided to play a low block, and it come off, right? Where
that wasn't by design, Peter.
Amazing. Oh, listen, it was a horrendous final for the neutral to watch.
Doesn't matter if you win it, though, innit?
Oh, listen, I mean, the last 10 minutes, I'm pacing around the front room and just, I actually, and that time went on, I backed United because I thought, it's going to happen. They're going to score and then we lose. So, come out of it a little bit of comfort with a little bit of money. But, no, listen, I then think he should have been given the chance to see out his final year of the contract.
I think
to me, it makes no sense to have got rid of him and replaced him with totally unproven manager who's been good for Brentford.
He's unproven though, Pete. Come on, he's been a manager at Brentford. He's done great stuff at Brentford.
What's the pressures on him there, right? I'll tell you what his pressure is there. Keep us in the league, develop players so we can sell them. Great business model. 17,000 fans. That's what they play in front of, right?
Different kettle of fish.
Different environment. And I'm not saying Spurs were a big side and the leap's too much, but we are a bigger side than Brentford.
And he's still finished above you.
He's unproven in the next
sphere. Yeah, but he's finishing above you with a lesser team. But
it's different. It's different.
We'd give the season up. We're talking one season.
Yeah, and sacrificed it.
I'll tell you what Ange has done. He's given up defending. He gave defending up. I don't think he would. But
we've done it all right in the final.
Coaching with the defending.
We've done it all right in the final once we went in front. But just on him, on Frank, Levy got rid of Ange, saying it's not good enough. We need to be challenging for the title, like we've done that before, and challenge and be competitive in the Champions League. That's what he said, right? Mm. And then what's he give Frank to aid it? The first signing we come in,
do you know what?
£5 million on a Japanese lad that's 18 years old, a loan signing of Polina, and 55 million bailing out West Ham who needed the money.
Do you know what?
That's not ambitious. Look at Liverpool. Look at Man United. Look what they're spending.
You know those clubs, though, Pete. Come on, Pete. I think part of these problem for me, I really do believe Spurs fans. I don't know what they want. I think your expectations are unrealistic.
No,
you're not going to be this great club.
Why not, Supa, though? But why not?
Yeah, no, but Ben, I'm not one of the fans that think we're a top four side. We're clearly not. Sometimes we punch above our weight, and on one-off games, we can beat any of the top four sides.
But why, as a club, could you not be there?
Levy is a great businessman. Look what he's provided. But he's not a football man.
But do you know what, Pete? His selection of Frank is... I think he's appointed Frank because Frank has a history of improving players who have... Obviously, they're not household names or anything like that, and then they reach a higher level.
And this is them on.
Yeah, and selling them on. And this is the business model.
Business model.
Again, Yeah, and this is why he's gone for Frank.
You know, that's lip service saying I want to challenge for the title. I mean, seriously, you want to challenge for the title when you're giving him 60 million to spend.
Yeah.
You know,
Where do you think you finish this season?
Where do I think we're finished?
Yeah.
Between 6th and 9th.
What
That would be
what would represent a good season for you?
I think top 6 and give us a good FA Cup run.
Yeah.
We've not been in an FA Cup final since 1991.
Where would you finish for you to think this Frank's been a nightmare appointment?
Probably lower than 15th.
Do you know what?
Because I don't think he's been given any animation and any ammo to actually take us forward at all.
Sometimes it's not the actual 15th. If you finish 15th like United did, or 17th like Spurs did last season, that's not good enough under any circumstances. But for example, if Spurs finished 8th, and it's the feeling of what is going on, and they finished 8th. You could be a bad 8th, you could be a good 8th. So it's difficult to say, oh, if we finish this position, it's good or bad, unless it's horrendous, unless it's obvious. But
I think you'd want to see some sort of decent style of football.
Yeah, decent style of football. If young players are breaking in, and you can see, and the mood is positive.
See some sort of progress like that. I mean, what was it? I think we finished 5th with Conte at the wheel.
But it didn't feel good, did it?
No, the football was dire.
This is exactly my point.
Here we go. Sexy football again.
Yeah, no, but
the Spurs way, the West Ham way. I've had enough of hearing these teams this way, that way.
But why shouldn't they play decent football?
We're not successful.
It's about getting results. It's a results industry.
It's how you get results as well.
No, but look at our results. Look at our results with one of the 2 best managers that have been in the modern era, Conte and Mourinho, right? Look at the results.
Yeah.
We won nothing.
Practical.
We got nowhere, right?
No, Conte left Spurs. No. When Conte left Spurs, you were 4th.
Yeah, but I'll argue that point. Pochettino did just as well as Conte, playing better football. So why should they?
Listen. If Conte had that team, that could have well been a different result, because he wouldn't have stood the nonsense of Kane deciding he was fit to play that final.
Yeah.
Right. Poch didn't have the balls to actually say, no, actually, not only have you haven't played the game, but historically every season it takes you 6 to 7 games to get going. Right. He'd had nothing. Declared himself fit. Poch bottled it and selected him, and he literally never took part.
You weren't going to beat us in that final. Come on.
Conte wouldn't have stood for that.
No.
He wouldn't have
You were
picked
never beating us in that final, Pete.
Well, we had 10 players.
Well, it wouldn't matter if you had 15.
And you got a dodgy penalty, if I remember rightly.
Wouldn't imagine if you had 15. You're Spurs.
Nah, you see, now you're just golden.
You're just trying to,
Yeah.
Nah, listen.
I rise to it, Pete.
Listen, I'd had enough of Poch, right? I went to the Chelsea semi-final at Wembley, right? The team got announced, and he has decided to play Son at left wing back. He'd never played there before. I was like, that's just mental. Why are you doing that? And he done it to try and shoehorn in the 11 he thought were the best players, rather than have the best team.
Yeah,
and we got battered.
But the point I was making, Pete, you league position wise, you achieved what Conte did with Poch, who played better football. So my point is, why shouldn't you want to do?
No, I know what you're saying. But I think listen, that was a blip in the season when Arsenal were top on Boxing Day, and Leicester end up winning it.
Yeah,
taking the ground. Spurs had a little run. We walked into teams like Chelsea played us. They were out of the thing. They played us. It was like a World Cup final for their players. The way they.
There you go, Ben. We talk Spursy, 3rd in a 2-horse race. It's not goading.
Do you know what? You're being a bit arrogant, Supa, just because Liverpool's won the league.
But look, guys. We do need to move on. We do need to move on. I'm mindful of the time. So let's talk this season. Pete said somewhere between 6th and 9th, and gave us a bit of insight there from a Spurs fan, which is good to hear where they believe they are and where they believe maybe they should be. Let's talk top 4 this season. Who's go on, Pete? as our guest.
Yeah, I've see.
How can you see the top four looking this season?
Yeah,
Any order, or is it?
I'm seeing a refreshed
Wow.
and fully motivated City.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see them winning it.
You think City?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I see them winning it.
Second?
I really do. I think there'll be a different animal this year. I really do.
And who'll be second?
Liverpool. I think
Third?
Liverpool will be second. Third will be Arsenal.
And fourth?
I'm having Chelsea in there.
Yeah.
Banjo, how does your top four look?
I'm going to change it pretty similar to Pete's, but just change who wins the league. I think Liverpool will win the league. I think City will come second because there will be a different animal. He's made changes, but maybe they need a season to get up to the level they were a couple of seasons ago.
Will Liverpool not need that, though?
Yeah, I think so.
Well,
I think you need a bit of bedding in.
Yeah, they do, but they shouldn't have to. They just won the league. I'm going Liverpool. They won the league, and you'd like to think they've strengthened. So I'm going Liverpool. I've got Man City.
Okay. Third?
And Arsenal and Chelsea fourth.
I'm with Banjo. Well, I'm not. I think Arsenal, Chelsea third and fourth in that order. I do think I'm not sure about Liverpool City. I think they
really
will the top two spots. Yeah, I really don't. I agree with Pete. I think they're going to be a wounded, re-energized animal. They've brought hungry young players in, and I know Pep likes to refresh things every now and again. And by the way, it's not just what they've done in the summer window. People are forgetting the 100-odd million or 250, 200 million they spent back in January.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
And those players have been bedded in.
Yeah.
I'm not sure between Liverpool City. What about the three to go down? Banjo, let's start with you on this one.
I think 2 out of the 3 came up. I think Sunderland's going.
Yeah.
I think they'll go down. I think Burnley will go down.
Okay.
And I worry for Brentford. Lost Frank, lost Bremo. By all accounts, it looks like they're going to lose Wissa as well. They lost their captain to Arsenal, Norgard.
Endo's in?
For Sunderland. I mean, sorry, for Brentford. Yeah, I know, but I don't think it's enough. I don't think it's enough.
Killer,
it's not enough. No, it's not enough, mate. I think Brentford will really struggle this year.
Are you saying they'll go down?
Yeah, I'm going to hang my hat on that and say Brentford, Burnley, and Sunderland. I don't know who finished bottom, whether it be Burnley or Sunderland. I don't know yet, but that's the 3.
What are you thinking, Peter?
Well, I'm thinking Burnley bottom. There's no way they get away with the way they came up in the Premiership.
Will they play the same football though?
Well, I don't know what else they're going to do. They were really loaded about playing defensively, right, and nicking games. There's different attackers they're featuring. They're coming up against now. So I've got them as bottom. Sunderland spending plenty of money. And they're going to have a go, but I don't think they'd be good enough.
They've signed a load of African players going AFCON, though.
and then third bottom, I'm going to toss up here. I think it's one of West Ham or Wolves.
What?
Oh wow!
Yeah, I think Wolves are
going down.
Wolves have lost their best player, right, by a long shot, and he carried them. And I think they'd be under pressure.
Who's their best player that they lost?
Cunha, they've lost.
Well, I don't know about best player.
So who's better? Who was better than him? At
Wolves. Miles.
Well, the midfielder, Yao Gomez, Brazilian international.
Not Rodrigo Gomez.
Rodrigo.
But anyway, I think you might be right there, Pete. I disagree with you with West Ham.
West Ham.
I think Potter's got his feet under the table now. I think
there's no money being spent. Nothing being spent. They've just bought a Leicester keeper. So, that's the level they're at. They've just bought a Leicester goalkeeper that got relegated.
I think the boy up top might do well this season. Full quote.
Who, Bowen?
No, Bowen, of course.
But he'll play Bowen up top.
Paqueta, without the worries of the charge over his head, he'll have a better season.
I hope so.
We'll move on to that.
Have you had a bet on him to be booked?
Not yet.
Right. So my three actually, I've got Burnley, Sunderland, and I feel dirty doing this. I'm agreeing with Banjo tonight a fair bit, but I've also got Brentford in there. They've lost Frank, they've lost some players. I think my biggest worry is they went and got. I'm not convinced on Keith Andrews that they've got in as their coach.
Yeah, me
Um,
neither.
I think if you're losing players, you need to get someone a bit more experienced. They might have even needed to go down the Sam Allardyce type route, someone who's going to be a bit more.
That's not their model, though, is
Well,
it?
It's
who
not,
knows?
but
After 12 games, they might be. You
yeah,
know.
Yeah.
absolutely. And there is that. So Brentford, surprise package of the season. What have we got,
Well,
Pete?
I'm going. They haven't got any European football, and I'm going Brighton. I
Brighton.
think I think they could make top six. I
Okay.
know they've lost Pedro, but I think they can. I think they can
They've always
without
got.
European football.
Potentially going to lose Balabar to United as well.
Hope
More
so.
dinner ladies, groundsman, whatever are
Well,
going for that one.
if United keep on buying like they're buying, right, then they could well be dark horses to make top six as well. But to me, Brighton, I think they've got a good manager, got a good setup, got a great owner. So yeah, to me, they'll have a good season.
They seem to keep churning out these players, don't they, with their model.
Yeah, it's
Um,
like Baleba, for
yeah,
example, just came in
yeah,
to replace Casido.
yeah.
So even though
Yeah,
they've lost João Pedro up front, they might have another player up their sleeve.
yeah,
I listened to a
absolutely.
podcast once where they were saying, so right now, if you went into Brighton now, they will have replacements lined up for every single
Yeah,
outcome
yeah,
now.
yeah.
So they're always one step ahead of the game.
Mm.
They
Yeah,
know who's going to go out and they know who's going to come in and
But I
replace.
suppose when you're selling club, if you're not one of the big boys and you're not without the big ambition of making Champions League football, winning trophies, I think you're always going to be resigned to losing your best players, isn't it? They
Who's
know
your,
they know they know who they are.
yeah. Who's your surprise package, Banjo?
Um, do you know what? I would have said Palace, but that's no surprise now. They've won the cup. They won the Community Shield yesterday. It's a bit obvious. I just like the manager there, but no, I'm not going with them. I'm going to go with Bournemouth. Another year for Iriola. They seem to have kept their best players, apart from the one who's gone to
they've lost their
Madrid.
defence, Ben.
They've lost their whole defence, Banjo. They've kept
Well,
all their players, he goes.
no, the boy Howson's gone to Madrid, all right, but and then
Howson,
What
Kirkes,
Kirkes,
about the left back?
Barnier, they're
yeah,
all
I'm all
gone.
right. No, I'm
Three of
still
the
saying,
back four.
no, but I
They've
was
kept
thinking
Adam
more.
Smith though.
Yeah, no, I was thinking more. Yeah, no, I was thinking more.
You
Clauvet is
weren't.
still there.
No, you weren't thinking.
Semenyo, Semenyo is still there. Qatar, what's his name? Qatar is still there. Ivan Nilsson's still there. Oh, they'll replace those boys.
Right,
He's a good manager, and do you know what? Yeah, defensively, last season they were very, very good. And I know they've lost those players, but sometimes you've got to give credit to the system and the tactical um, shape of the team. So, and that's down to the manager. I'm going to hang my hat on him, and I think another season. I think he could do well. He could be surprised, and I'm
I'm
obviously surprising you guys as well.
yeah. I'm going Everton.
Wow.
I think Everton are going to have a good season. I think they ended last season really well,
Yeah.
climbing the table with David Moyes. New stadium. That might be the only thing because sometimes it takes time to settle into a new home. But I think they've made some astute. Jack Grealish was an astute little signing there.
Well,
Brandthwaite's back. I think he's going to get his reputation back on track this season.
Not a good fit for me, but anyway, we spoke about that.
Yeah, I think Everton for me, and Ndiaye's back. He had a bit of a long-term injury. He's a useful player there. Beto's a handful. We'll come on to that Beto shortly. But Everton are my surprise team to come in the sort of top eight, not top 8 or 9. When I say surprise, I'm not saying they're going to challenge top four, but I think they'll be in that top 7, 8 even.
Yeah, fair play.
So they're my package from where, surprise team from where they've come from. Can't see Forest being as good this season.
No,
And I do worry a little bit for Aston Villa for some reason.
yeah, I'm the same. I'm not
But
convinced.
Villa are just a bit yo-yoing with their signings. They're going in and out and in and out, having to go, then having to sell them, then having to go again.
I think they've even. I think even Watkins is unsettled. I think
Well,
that loan move with Rashford last year bringing him in and then leaving Watkins out. I think it's unsettled him.
I think the lad they've just bought in for 30 million, I think within 2 months he'd be the starting number 9.
Big call.
No, but quite possibly.
I do, because there's something not right there with Watkins, as you say, and then he had his nose put out of joint with the Rashford situation. Didn't get selected to start the Champions League game.
Yeah, I think that rattled him.
And that was a bit of a knock on. And he's getting on a bit, so maybe they're trying to ease him, hoping someone will come in and buy him.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Newcastle.
Maybe, that's what I was going to say. Maybe Newcastle, when they've lost their 9th target.
Yeah.
Right, to close the show, Pete, you're going to act as our referee, but so are our listeners. Me and Banjo, dream team.
Yes, mate.
We've got some competition between us. I want to obviously show Banjo that I'm the top dog of knowledge. Banjo thinks he's got so we're going to both name our team. So the way it works with this dream team is we have a draft. No single player can be bought by 2 different managers. So it's not like one of those typical fantasy footballs where, you can have 6 of the same players in 5 teams. Everyone's got, it's a bidding, it's a draft. Everyone ends up with 1 player, can only be bought by 1. There's 16 of us. So the competition is quite fierce. It's not like 4 of you with lots of option and choice. So let's go, Banjo. Let's start with our keepers and let's have Pete tell us who he thinks will finish highest between me and you this season.
We did mess up with the keepers, didn't we? Both of us.
We did.
Well, I think it would be tight between you 2. Right.
Well, let's go for our teams, Pete, and then you can.
Yeah.
So, keepers, Banjo said we messed up. Well, what happened is I bought Nick Pope. Then I got reminded that
Ramsdale's
there, who
signed for Newcastle, and I was under the impression that he'll be starting. And then I went on chat GPT after I signed him and asked who's going to be number 1. And apparently Eddie Howe has said Nick Pope will be starting the season.
So our rules this year allow us to have 12 men and have 1 substitute in 3 months. So it's not we can swap these players out week in, week out. So I've then scurried to buy Areola, who's West Ham have also bought a new keeper. And you went with... Did you buy another keeper?
I just went for someone who no one's going to bid for, and I just thought I'd get him at a minimum until Ramsdale becomes the number 1. So
who did you buy?
Perry of Leeds.
Right. So my starting keeper is Areola. Who's your starting?
Perry. So we both bought the Newcastle goalkeeper.
You've got Areola and Perry. Who's edging there, Pete?
Well, I've got to say Areola, but he's not guaranteed to keep his position. With West Ham spending 18 million on the Leicester keeper, when other keepers they could have got in or much cheaper or free. So they've obviously seen something in him. So I think Areola will lose his place. So I think fairly swiftly you'll be subbing Pope in, right?
Well, worst case scenario is Ramsdale comes in, Areola leaves. Well, Areola leaving the Prem isn't an issue because I can then replace.
Yeah.
Obviously. Okay. I went 5-4-1, not by choice, but
but that just shows that you don't really know what you're doing.
Well,
you changed your formation while you're.
Yeah, because you've got to be adaptable. Well, unlike Banjo, I can be adaptable. Banjo is obviously one-dimensional, and when the right player comes at the right price, you just nip in there. So, what formation have you got, Banjo?
I've got 4-4-2. The old traditional 4-4-2. Mike Bassett.
Right, let's go defenders. 4-4-2. Go on, Scoot. Who you got in defence?
Akanji, Rico Lewis.
Probably not. Neither of them will be starting.
They'll play. Torres, Power Torres, and I've got Dorgu, who's actually going to be
shock. He got a Man U player in.
He's going to be playing on the wing for United. They've got him in as a defender. And
so
I've got minimum.
So my defenders, I've got Porro, Lewis Skelly, Smelly, Van der Ven, Van Bissaka, and Lenny Yoro. Come on,
Yeah,
Pete.
your defence is better.
Well, to me, Banner's gone with the two City boys. Rico Lewis, Pep plays him in midfield. Whether or not, Pep likes him to come in and play inverted, right?
Yeah.
Whether or not he'd do that this year with him, I don't know what Pep sees in the kid, to be fair. I don't think he's a great defender, and I don't think he's great on the ball. So he must have something on Pep. Who knows?
But I don't think he's a good player. I just think he's going to play.
Nunes will play that. Go on.
I think. I like the Porro choice, Supa, because I think he will be creative.
Yeah,
he's creative, so I think he'll get you points. And what I do think is you've got solid starters there, and that will make the difference.
And Thomas Frank is not tactically naive, like old matey boy Ange was.
They'd be more solid at the back.
You'll get more clean sheets.
You've got starters, and Bain, I think you've got you've got three starters. I think maybe I'm not sure about Rico Lewis.
Right, 4 across the middle. Go on, Banjo.
I've got Eze.
Right.
Sarr of Palace, Mason Mount, and Gnonto of Leeds.
Mason Mount. Bloody, you're stocking up with those United boys there, aren't you?
I've just got 2 out of 12 players.
Okay.
He's had a good pre-season. He'll be playing. Amorim's been talking highly of him. He'll get
Where's he going to play? Where's he going to play in that formation? 2 behind the forward, and you've got 3 there that you're already claiming. Where's he going to play, Banjo?
Do you know what? That's a good
in the
question.
Reserves. Reserve games don't count in this dream team.
Yeah, but I think he'll be getting games. And let's be honest, the League Cup is involved this year as well, and the FA Cup. So these people will be playing. But the thing is, I didn't pay much money for him, so I just went for it. It could be the only problem with him is whether he gets injured or not.
Eze's a good one. I'll give you that.
I like the Palace boys you signed.
Yeah.
I went for both of them.
He's a Leeds boy.
Sarr and Eze, I think they're good.
So my four. Bowen, Gordon. I've got Zoboslai, who's going to have a good season.
Short.
3.8 mil bargain, that one. And the one that is the one that not many knew on the night, and he's going to. This is a one actually, because I really wanted to come out of this auction with him, and I've got him. Was Reinders at Man City, and people said, "Oh, he's going to do the Rodri role." He's not. He scores goals. He was scoring. He was on the Milan score sheet very, very regularly, and recently with City in a friendly. I know it's only a friendly. He came on. They were 1-0 up, and he scored 2 goals. He will score goals. He will be a starter.
I can see this becoming like a bit of a reel when it goes wrong.
I think Supa's got 4 starters there. Soboslai might get rotated a bit, but otherwise, if he's not playing in the league, he'll be playing in the cups, and they're going to go a long way in the cups. So I think they're 4 real solid midfielders.
Yeah.
Who's got a better midfield? So Pete, I've got better goalkeepers, better defence so far, probably better midfield.
Yeah.
And then I've got Beto up front.
Yeah, true.
Well,
I ran out of money.
Yeah. Yeah, listen, he's a starter, isn't he? And he can score goals, but it's how many Everton will create. And when you put him up against Ban's centre forward.
Who'd you get, Banjo?
There's no
Salah,
is there?
And?
Ramazani.
Who?
Ramazani, Leeds. That's all I could afford.
So, but Bain's relying on 3 Leeds players. Not conceding goals because he's got their keeper, and then
I'm hoping
the other 2 create. But
I think Ramsdale will be number 1 soon enough.
I made some notes. I was looking earlier, and I made some notes. And
basically, he's got a goalkeeper. He's hoping don't start. Yeah. He's got a goalkeeper. He's hoping don't play.
Listen, I've come down to it, and I think it's going to depend on who Newcastle have as their number 1.
Yeah,
between you two, because I think that's going to make the difference. because you need the 100 points that their goalkeeper's going to get.
I agree.
Right, and that could be the difference to swing.
But I'm more than 100 points ahead with the other 10.
I think you're being quite arrogant here.
I don't know. I mean, Salah's going to get 220, isn't he? Between 2 and 220. You got 274. It'd be mixed up a little bit.
I don't want to say this. I don't really want to say this because
I think you do.
It's realisation. But I think we're going to start seeing a gradual decline of Mo this season.
Maybe. Well, he's got that great big last contract, hasn't he?
Maybe he's at the AFCON for 7-8 games as well.
Maybe you're doing
Banjo's already got players that can sort of support that. Who's he going to watch? Salah's going to go on the AFCON and he's got Ramazani and Mount to rely on.
Yeah, what about Eze and Sarr?
Okay.
Well, I forgot to mention.
Well, actually, if I'm not mistaken, Sarr's in the AFCON as well, no? So you've dropped the ball there as well.
Yeah, I could have. Yeah.
I think also, you need Eze to stay at Palace.
Do you know what? If he moved to Arsenal, I think that'd be good for my team.
I think he'd get rotated a bit more.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
Look, guys,
as man at Palace.
Fun as it's been, we've come to the end.
Pete's got a strong side, though. We have to say Pete's done well.
Pete's got a strong side. We'll hear more on it. We'll share. But look, guys, we are going to post our teams in the link below. And I want our listeners to go online, whichever platform you want to go on, and vote for who you believe. Look out on our socials. We're going to put it on our socials. We're going to have it on our Instagram. And we want on there, we want to know Team Supa, Team Banjo, and anyone that votes Team Banjo, I know who the listeners are that don't know about football. But anyway,
Banjo, you need to get publicising it in Leeds, mate. Get on all the Leeds networks. Get your votes in off the Leeds.
Yeah. There's a lot of them.
But look, guys, season kicks off.
Can't wait. Looking forward to it.
Fun and games is done. So when we see you next week, we'll be reviewing the first weekend's action. Pete, thanks for coming along as our special guest.
Thanks for having me. It's been fun. Cheers, guys.
Thanks for coming on, Pete.
And we'll see you all next week.
See you soon. Cheers, guys.
See you later, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.